How did that atmosphere live up to the expectations you guys had coming into this?
It's the Big 12. We know every away game is going to be a tough environment. It was a good crowd tonight, and yeah, it was another night in the Big 12.
KJ, what were they doing defensively that gave you guys trouble on offense in that first part of the second half?
Nothing too much. They were kind of we self-inflicted ourselves a little bit down there, making some uncareless turnovers when they sped us up when we had the ball.
Kevin, KJ, just looking at the turnovers, you guys had a ton against TCU and ton in this game. Is there anything particular that teams are doing to kind of cause you guys issues in consecutive games?
No, we need to take care of the ball better. Coach has been emphasizing that in practice and today in the game. We turned the ball over at a high rate, and that leads to easy baskets for other teams. So we got to take care of the ball better.
I wouldn't say much as their length, but their rotations. They have a lot of big guys coming in and out, and that can tire a lot of people. So just their rotation kind of messed up a little bit, but I think we'll learn from it and bounce back a little better.
Can you talk a little bit about the mindset coming into this game, knowing that number 1 and number 2 had went down before you guys came in here?
Yeah, we try not to pay attention to that really, but we heard about it. We were supposed to come out here and handle business tonight. We dropped one, but now it's just about shaking back for the next one, turning the page and learning from it. That's what good teams doing. We got to do that.
Fellas, how good was the matchup zone tonight from UCF?
It was really good. They changed the pace, ran some different looks at us. They did a good job of, doing some pressure, getting back, running some zone as well. So, yeah, something to learn from, get in the film room, learn from it, turn the page, and get ready for a great opponent in Oklahoma coming up.
There are a couple of times where you guys just had turnover after turnover after turnover. How much did the crowd play into that, and how much of it was UCF's defense?
I feel like the crowd really didn't affect us too much, just making 1, 2, and I guess it just turned over and over and over. But just making sure we just don't make 1 into 2 and just getting ready for Oklahoma now.
Is there any positive aspects of tonight's game that you guys are going to try to take away from this?
Being in a road environment with this team, learning things. Still early in the season. It's not about how you start in the Big 12, it's how you finish. You got to turn the page, learn from it, and get ready for March. So.
What does a game like this say about the depth of the Big 12? UCF, people really didn't know what they were about coming in from another conference, but they were predicted to finish last in the Big 12. Obviously, you guys were predicted to win it. But what does this say about the depth of the league?
It's one of the best leagues in the world. So this is what to expect you on a night where we had a good lead. Teams can come back and beat you at any time. So just making careful that we don't make 1 make 1, 2.
Did UCF surprise you guys tonight?
No, it's the Big 12. Top to bottom, everybody can compete at a high level. I feel like we got the best league in the nation, and it's for a reason. Every night you can get beat, so you got to turn the page and learn from it.
2 of UCF's top-scoring players, Jaylin and Darius Johnson, started to turn it up in the second half, scoring a few threes, a couple dunks. How was game planning for them and trying to stop them from getting hot?
They're 2 great players, 2 really explosive players. They got some easy looks tonight. We definitely got to do it better at containing the ball and jumping to the ball and helping each other out when we're rotating. So, yeah. Hunt being in foul trouble, of course, hurt. Being able to go inside to the big fella. Got to do a better job helping him not get in foul trouble. Us guards guarding the ball a little better so they're not going in driving at him. And, it hurt us a little bit, but we got to learn how to play without him, too. In big games, you never know who's going to go down or be in foul trouble, so got to have the next man up mentality.
Thanks,
All right, thank you.
Give a man a place to sit down after I'm tired. So, all right, have at it.
Bill, how did that atmosphere live up to your expectations for it coming in?
Oh, I thought it was great. Our players knew what to expect, and I thought it was great though. Great home court. Everybody's into it, and UCF, they're so athletic, and when you get the crowd behind you and doing that stuff, it makes you jump a couple inches higher and be a little bit quicker. And I thought they showed out tonight with their athletic ability.
What do you think was giving you guys trouble on offense in the second half, especially early on?
Well, they went soft press back to zone and then man to man, I think, to end it. You should ask Johnny exactly what it was, but we didn't do a good job at all. When we took Hunter out, we didn't really have any offense, and we didn't do a good job of penetrating the zone or getting the ball in the high post. When we did, we got some looks. We didn't make them, but we got some looks. But yeah, we were awful against their zone. And then after it got kind of discombobulated and we couldn't run plays to score, we struggled for the rest of the night.
I was going to ask, when Hunter goes into foul trouble, how do you weigh having KJ play as the undersized center versus bringing in Parker?
Well, we've tried bringing. We played that the other way. It was just a call. We thought the ball wasn't moving, and one thing about it, when KJ's at the 5, we know from past experience, if you watched us play, that the ball does move better when KJ's at the 5. But against the zone, it really didn't do much, even though they were playing man at the time. But it really didn't help us much.
Bill, what does it say about the depth of this conference that the team picked to finish last can do something like this?
Well, it says a couple of things. It says that Johnny's done a great job, and give them credit. They were better than us tonight. There's no understating that they were better than us. On the flip side, we weren't very good. We got to take care of ball, and we did some things that I think that good teams shouldn't do, especially playing away from home in a hostile environment when you have control of the game, and then you do some very, very careless and loose things to allow them to get back into it. The game was lost or the game was won, depending on which side you're on, the last 4 minutes of the first half. And then obviously the first 3 minutes of the second half. It's the depth of the league's great. You're going into week 2 and there's must-win games. Who would ever thought in an 18-game season you have must-win games going into week 2? But that's kind of how it feels right now for not only us but for others as well.
Your players talked about self-inflicted wounds, but how much do you credit UCF's defense?
Oh, yeah. A lot of times when people say they don't play well, the way it's written is that you're not giving the other team credit. It should be written, UCF totally took us out of everything, okay? And I can say, to my guys, well, we didn't execute, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. But, that was created because of UCF's activity. They're really, really athletic.
Do you think because of the different rotations that UCF had, deep lineup, different defenses, plus the crowd energy, do you think your guys lost composure at all?
I don't think that we played with near the poise that we've exhibited in some other games. So that's probably a pretty fair assessment.
With this being, the first time that these two teams have ever matched up for you, does it kind of make it challenging to game plan for a team that you have no experience facing?
No. I mean, after watching it, yes. But, UCF, they haven't played that much zone going into tonight, at least based on our scout reports and that stuff. They did a good job of doing some things that we obviously labored with. But maybe if we played Johnny over the years multiple times, maybe you get used to what a coach does and whatever. But I don't think it's because it's UCF that has anything to do with it. I think it more has to do with coaching styles and everything. But Johnny's playing a lot different. He played at Stanford now. He's got a different type of athlete.
How do you think you're going to remember this game going further on in the season?
To be real candid with you, I hope I don't. So.
Coach, when Hunter goes out in foul trouble, and you talk about how you guys struggled to score when he went to the bench, how do you weigh that in your mind when to bring him back? Like, do you feel like you
I could have brought. I don't know, because he's got a bad knee. If he didn't have a bad knee, I'd say yes for sure. But yeah, he's been struggling with his knee and all that stuff in practice and everything. So we knew going into it, it would be really good if we could get him less minutes. He told me even in the first half when things were going well that he was really laboring. So I don't think that's what cost us. I think that's when 4 other players kind of figure out, okay, we don't have him. We need to really take better care of the ball and execute better and get what we want, as opposed to maybe being loose with it.
Diallo and their bigs, did they give you a lot of trouble altering shots?
I thought so. I thought was it Walker that had 3 blocks, but Diallo to me set the tone early because we're down 7-0 in large part because of his altering or contesting. Yeah, I thought he was good. And offensively, you know, he in the second half late, that 8 or 9 foot shot on the baseline at the end of the clock was maybe as big a shot as there was in the second half.
Bill, when you were up 16, are you thinking there was a chance to crack it?
I told our guys in the under 4 timeout, you know, we got to get this thing to 20 and not let it go to 10. Well, I should have said don't let it go to 8 because I wasn't smart enough to figure out that it went to 8. So crack it, no. Put yourself in a position, make it really hard on somebody. See, when it's at 8 and you have momentum, it's manageable. If it had gone from 16 to 20 or whatever, now teams may be pressing more to try to get back in it, and then it opens up easy baskets and rotation rebounding, a lot of other things. We messed the game up the last 4 minutes of the half.
Do you have to monitor Hunter, or what do you do with him?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, it just bruised knee. I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see. We've been really fortunate, knock on wood, with our health so far because we don't have a lot of depth. So, but you're going to go through periods of time in a season where guys get nicked up.
If UCF plays like this, what can they do in the Big 12 in their first year?
Oh, I think they'll be competitive with everybody they play. You know, I mean, guys, they were better than us tonight. They were athletic. They played great. Their guards were unbelievably quick to the ball. They made us pay when we made, you know, obviously mental mistakes. They got a talented bunch. Predicting what will happen, I have no idea. Can they beat anybody in our league in this building? Absolutely, if they play turned up and play like that, and if the fans do their job like they did tonight. I mean, that's a big part of winning too.
You faced Johnny many a times before.
I've only faced him one other time.
But as you know, you've seen him do what he's done throughout his career as a player, as a coach. Just describe what Coach Dawkins brings to a program like UCF.
Class. I mean, he's as well liked and as classy a gentleman as there is in our sport. So you guys are fortunate you have him.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Reaction to everything that just happened, just being the number 3 team in the country.
You know, obviously we're super excited, but you know we're not shocked. We always believe that we can beat them and compete at a high level. So, you know, just moving forward, we got to continue to work hard and continue to practice at a high level moving forward.
Everybody counted you out into this game except for yourselves. How does it mean to pull off a win like this and finally?
It's definitely a big win for sure, but you know, everyone counting us out just gave us a chip on the shoulder. Like remember they picked us last, so to beat the odds.
How good did it feel to be able to bounce back after, you know, kind of playing discombobulated over the weekend at Kansas State?
This is huge. You know, it just shows that we can compete at the highest level. You know, it's clearly a great basketball team, so we showed that we can beat them and compete and be a postseason team.
Coach Dawkins said when you played at Kansas State, this team maybe lost their composure, didn't play with the poise you're capable of. What did you see change tonight in that regard?
I feel like we played with a lot of grit. We played with a lot of toughness, and our defense was really strong. I feel like we moved the ball very well on offense, which I feel like contributed to a lot of our offense.
Kansas was shooting 68% in the first half, and then in the second half they were shooting 31%. Like, what adjustments did you guys make to help lower that shooting percentage?
We knew we had to lock in on defense. I think our coaching strategies with us going zone really helped us a lot. I feel like in the first half they got a lot of transition points, which helped them, and that's something that they're strong in and fits their offense. So we had to limit their transition points.
Let's talk about what you guys were able to do at the end of the first half. They go up by 16, and then around 3:45 or something left. You guys made a big run to kind of get a little bit closer. What did you guys do effectively to make that run?
We had to buy in and come together and get stops. You know, our offense is our defense, so we had to really dig deep and be able to get stops and convert on the offensive end.
You just speak about the fans and the crowd of this game. There wasn't a moment where they weren't standing up and yelling to the top of their voices. How did that feel as a player when you made a big play?
Man, that was huge. You know, I feel like if our fans come out a lot more like that, it's a great experience and a great environment for us. You know, we feed off their energy, and we hope to see them more like that in the future.
You guys have talked about the chip on the shoulder being picked last. What message do you hope this sends to the rest of the league?
That we can compete at a high level. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we competed very hard tonight. Our coaches believe in us, and we believe in ourselves. That's all that matters. It's just about us. You know, we can't look from the outside in. We just have to focus on within.
Offensively, you guys did a great job attacking the basket. Hunter Dickinson had 4 fouls, really hurt their defense. Was that a point of emphasis from Johnny today?
Yeah, we know Hunter is one of their better players, so we know putting him in foul trouble will be able to help us win the game, win the outcome. So, he's a big guy down there, but he's not really trying to block shots, so we knew we had to attack the paint.
How did you feel emotionally getting prepared for those last couple free throws to try to make it a two-possession game with about 10, 15 seconds left?
Obviously, they're big free throws, but I trust my work that I put in. I work on free throws every single day, so, to go in there and be able to seal the win for my team was big.
Like celebrating on the court with all the students who stormed the court. It's your first court storming at UCF.
Yeah, that's definitely my first court storming at UCF. It was a great experience, but, as a team, we weren't really shocked. We knew we can come in the game and win and compete at a high level.
How did it feel to hold Kansas to 60 points? Obviously, you got off to a little rough start in the first half after the 7-0 run. You got settled in, and in the second half, you just exploded.
It's great. They're a great offensive team. I want to say they have a crazy stat where it's like a lot of their points, like 70% are assists. So we knew we had to lock in defensively. We had to control the things that we can control, which is our defense and our energy.
Johnny showed a lot of emotion after the game in a video that was shot. What kind of emotion did you see in the locker room when he got back?
He doesn't really show a lot of emotion, but when he does, it's always great. It's a little bit of relief for us to show that we're working hard and that he's happy about us and that he's happy about the work that we're putting in.
Has it just set in for you, like how big the thing you guys just did is?
Obviously it's big, but it's, we're a next play, next mentality team. We got BYU coming in on Saturday, who's another ranked opponent, so we're looking to go 1-0 again.
You guys seem kind of annoyed or if not irritated that you were predicted last to finish in the Big 12. What message does this send to the rest of the Big 12?
That we can compete in the Big 12. It's the best basketball in the country, and we just knocked off the number 3 team. So we're hoping that we're opening everyone's eyes now and people aren't going to doubt us anymore.
Late in that game, Kansas made a run. They went up 53-52. You hit a big three-pointer to end that run. Just talk about that moment and your three-point shooting this year. Have you worked on that in the offseason? It's been paying off.
Yeah, I've worked on my three-point shooting a lot, what I'm saying. I got frustrated last year, people going under ball screens, so I put a lot of time and working on my three-point shooting, just going back to the fundamentals, the simple stuff about my shot, so it's starting to pay off.
You enjoyed this one tonight, but you mentioned BYU. It doesn't get any easier game in and game out.
Not at all. Next play, we got practice at 8:30, so we got to get our rest and get ready for tomorrow. It's not going to be easy. Coach is still going to be on us hard, so next play.
Ibrahima, just kind of big accomplishment. Obviously, being the number 3 team in the nation. Just kind of what's your initial reaction to what you guys just did out there?
I think that was a great win. We needed that win coming out like a big loss at Kansas State, so we needed this one. Yeah.
Can you just speak about how much the crowd helped you out and the energy that they brought to the game today for the first Big 12 game in UCF history?
Oh yeah, I love it. I mean, you can feel it from everywhere. I feel like the crowd did a huge thing. So all my team was so excited about it, and we needed to give them something. So love it.
Ibrahima, the battle between you and Hunter was pretty pivotal in the game. You back to the basket. I think you had an 8-foot jump shot that really was a momentum changer. Can you talk about that battle a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I was excited. I was looking to match up with him, because I played him my freshman year. So I needed this one, and there was something I needed to prove. So that's why it was a really hard one. Yeah, he's really good too. So yeah.
Ibrahima, I think, was that a career high, for you scoring-wise, 13 points?
This year, yeah.
Yeah, so just talk about what you were able to do. Do you feel like maybe this was your best performance of your career?
Yeah, I mean, my teammates, they trust me, so they just feed me the ball, and I just to do my work. We're doing the same thing, so tonight I feel like they just feed me the ball more. They trust me, and, we work on that thing every day, so I just have to put, yeah.
Talk about your defense. I mean, you played against an All-American most of the night there and, held them in check. And you mentioned your offense. Your teammates were finding you late in the game, giving you that confidence. Talk about the confidence. It seems like you're playing with more comfortable and more confidence as the season's gone on. Is that accurate?
Yeah. I agree. Like I say, we work the same thing, every day in practice. So, I mean, my teammate, we talk about it. They trusted me. They feel me the ball, so I have to put on a show. So, yeah, that's what I did.
Kansas in the first half was shooting 68%, but then in the second half, you guys managed to limit them to shooting 31%. What kind of adjustments did you guys make to really limit their ability to make shots?
On defense, like we committed, like everybody like have to lock in on defense. It was like a defensive game. Who gonna get like all like the board and stuff like that? So all my teammates, we locking on defense. So that thing make the offense like be like easy here. So yeah. We was lacking on defense.
What was it like celebrating with all the students and all the fans that stormed the court?
It was great. It was great. I mean, that was great. Like that's one of the. I would say that's one of like the best one. So I hope like we have this like every game here. So that was great. We need the crowd. Yeah.
You guys had a really balanced attack tonight with 3 players in double figures. Would you say that was part of the game plan?
No, it was not. Like, we was coming into this game, sorry, when we was coming to this game, we all, like, coming to play defense, and the offense just going to, yeah.
So more so it was formed from the defense?
Yes, exactly.
Makes sense.
Yep.
You enjoyed this one, but it doesn't get any easier. You've got another good opponent coming here. What does this team need to continue to do following this win?
Just commit to the game plan. Because we have a great coaching staff. They work so hard all night, like, you know, every day watching, like, the team we are going to play. And we have, like, a game plan, so we just need, like, to follow the game plan every night. And we should be good. Everybody's good. And that's the beauty about this league, because every team is good. Like, there is no easy night. Every team is good, so, yeah.
And what message did UCF send tonight?
Just saying, like, we belong here. We belong to this league. So, yeah, I hope everybody see it now.
Head coach Johnny Dawkins says that while the offensive shots might not always go down, defense always travels. How well do you feel like your defense played tonight against the number 3 team in the nation?
That was a really good defense by everybody in this team. I feel like everybody contributed on defense, so, and that show.
C.J. Walker missed some time at the start of the year. What sort of dimension does he change defensively in the paint, especially in a game like this?
One thing about C.J. Walker, I love playing with C.J. Like, I feel like I have I don't know, like me and C.J., like we just, so like having C.J. there, like that was like a huge thing because he can play offense and defense. So like playing with C.J., that's like a great thing. Like, it make it like easier. So, yeah.
Anything else for you, man?
All right, perfect. Jaylin, congratulations on the win. Obviously, it was a frustrating performance a few days ago in Manhattan. You guys put out the dub against the number 3 team, preseason favorite of the Big 12. What message do you think this sends to the rest of the Big 12 about UCF basketball?
Just showing that we belong here, and we can be underrated, but we coming for everything that we deserve, everything that we work for. I feel like we're one of the hardest working teams in the country, so I think we proved that tonight. And we got to keep proving it each and every day. We're supposed to do things like this.
Jaylin, there were a couple of plays where you got high, slammed it down. You shot a couple of great threes, and the crowd was on their feet every single play. What is your thoughts on that, and how much did they help you guys out?
Yeah, the crowd was insane. I want them to come out to every game like that, and we'll give them a performance like that each and every time. I got confidence in our guys that we can do that each and every time at home.
In one of the media sessions before preseason, CJ said y'all might catch somebody. Let's talk about that.
I feel like this is just the beginning. Like I said, I feel like we're supposed to do things like this. We have the players, and we have probably the best coach in the country. So I feel like we're supposed to do things like this.
Jaylin, you made the choice to come here from Ball State for matchups like this, for moments like this, to see this come to fruition and so early in conference play. What does that mean to come to a place where you can accomplish stuff like this?
It mean a lot, just showing people that that I can play in any league. And just for those guys who put the cap on me and said I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that, it feel good to just keep progressing. And like I said, I feel like our team and me have not played our best basketball yet.
You forced a lot of turnovers, got hands on balls, played a lot of different zones. Talk about your defense and your philosophy going into this game that worked against them, because they said they were kind of discomfort because of your defense.
Yeah, that's what we focus on. That's where we start at. We're a defensive team. That's our identity. We're gonna play hard on defense, and I feel like we started great with that tonight. And we kept it going the whole night, just being able to just switch up our defense. We saved our zone for comfort. We've been working on it each and every day in practice, so felt good
You
for
guys
the work
went
for
up
us today.
7-0 about 2.5 minutes into the game or so. So how did you guys keep the emotions in check? And subsequently, how did you withstand when they were able to make a big run and kind of pull away up and build a 16-point lead in the first half?
Just Coach Dawkins telling us to just act like we've been here before. Also, DJ and Shamar just telling the team to act like we've been here before. Calm down. We haven't done anything yet. It's a long game. So that just helped us stay focused on each and every play.
You struggled on the offensive end in the last game, but you really showed out tonight. How satisfying was that to put the kind of performance you did against a team like Kansas?
To be honest, I don't think I'll ever be satisfied until we do what we plan to do this season. But I feel like it felt good. I always knew I can do that, and I still know I can do that on each and every night. Just going back to the drawing board, watching film and things like that, being able to move without the ball. Just Coach Johnny Dawkins helping me with that.
And on that note, I think it was within a minute left. You could have maybe bled some clock and everything, got fouled, but you pushed the ball to the basket. Can you talk about that decision to kind of create you? Because that really, I think that put you guys up by 5 or something like that.
I just seen the opening. I just took it. I really wasn't even worried about the clock or anything like that. All I knew that we were just up 3, and I know if they can come down and hit a 3, so just to put us up on 5, it made it better for us, I think.
You guys improved, your shooting improved a lot in the second half. Like it went from 37% to 47%. What kind of adjustments did you guys make in the second half to help you make those shots?
Just keep taking the same shots. Just keep the ball moving and make sure we shoot great shots. Just making sure every shot is a great shot. And as long as we searching out great shots, like Coach Dawkins always say, it'll always even out by itself.
Describe the court storming. How did it feel?
Man, the court storming was crazy. I never seen nothing like that in my life. Honestly, I kind of got up out of there. Honestly, I went to the locker room. I ain't never seen that many people around like that, and I'm kind of shy a little bit.
Jaylin, you've been playing a lot of these games on holiday break. Students haven't been here and everything. Just what kind of an impact did the fans make in a game like this, and how much do they need to come out from Saturday and the rest of the schedule?
I feel like this impact was great, man. They made a big impact on that game for them to come out and just show their support, and I'm glad that we gave them a show so they can just keep coming to each and every game and just showing that we can be a big team in this league.
There's so many talented shooters who are playing in this game. What does it mean to you personally to know that out of all these talented players, you were the one who had the most points in this game?
I just feel like, I always feel like I work hard as I possibly can. I never look at those guys and just be like, they're those guys, you know what I'm saying? I always look at it and be like, I'm one of those guys too. I got confidence in myself. And it's always good to go out there and compete with guys like McCullar, also guys that I was watching like last year on TV. So it also felt good to just compete with those guys.
There's no let-up in this schedule. You got BYU on Saturday. How do you avoid a letdown now?
Just coming into practice and just telling my team that we really haven't accomplished anything. At the end of the day, this only equal out to 1 win. Yeah, yes, it sends a message, but at the end of the day, this win doesn't mean nothing if we don't keep winning.
I know you came to UCF for opportunities just like this. How much fun was a night like this for you?
Oh, man, it's been fun ever since I came here. I don't think I ever had this much fun with a team as a oriented. So for them to storm the court like that, that was crazy to me. And probably on that dunk that I did, that's probably the loudest I ever heard a crowd.
How do you keep momentum rolling after a big win like tonight?
Just build off that momentum, coming into practice and just making sure that we listen to Coach Dawkins and fulfill of what he wants us to do, and go on to the next play and get ready for BYU.
Anything else for Jaylin?
Well, it was a great night for UCF. I thought our guys they kept fighting in a game in which they got down early in the first half to a very good Kansas basketball team, and just proud of the way we fought back. We chipped away. In the second half, we started the game on momentum, and we were able to take the lead and sustain it for the most part, and just really proud of our guys. What a difference a day make. We come off a game where tough road loss, and we come back home and we have to face Kansas, a great program, Hall of Fame coach. I thought our guys responded the way I like to see a UCF team respond, and that's with great courage, effort, and energy, throughout the entire night.
You pulled that zone defense out of your bag. Coach Self said he wasn't necessarily expecting that look. Just kind of talk about that decision. That's something that you had planned this whole time for this game.
Yeah, we knew we had zone in our bag. It's something that we work on, and we felt it was timely to play some today. I think that's why you saw our guys play it so well, because they're accustomed to playing it in practice, and just it worked out. Tonight it was a defense that we were able to stay with longer. I wasn't sure how long we'd have to stay with it, but we were able to stay with it longer because I thought it was effective at times in the second half for us.
How important was Diallo's presence and impact in this game?
I thought he was great. I think it may have been the best, collegiate game that Ibrahima has played. I thought he was big on both ends for us. Look, he's going against, to me, arguably the best big in college basketball. Hunter Dickinson is a terrific college basketball player, terrific player, period. And for Ibrahima to go, toe-to-toe with him and have to battle him in the low post, they're going at each other, scoring in the low post. I thought he did a great job for us, and I'm really proud of the way he stepped up and gave us a huge effort tonight.
We've talked in the past about closing halves. That first half, the way you closed to get yourself back into single digits, how pivotal. Coach Self said that decided the game. What did you see different there at the end of the half after you were down double digits?
Well, I thought when we got down double digits, our guys, had that look like, wow, this is, playing against Kansas. They get that type of lead. You start to get knocked back a little bit. So in the timeouts, I was trying to just settle them down, letting them know it's a long basketball game. We have to still take it possession by possession. There are no 10-point plays. Let's work our way back in it. So we talked about working our way back in it in that last 4-minute segment. And we were able to do that. I thought we found some things defensively. I thought we got some stops up until the last play that McCullar, hit a big shot, to end the half. I thought we had gotten some momentum. Coach Self is right. And we were able to use that same formula in the second half as we continued, and I thought it was good for us as well.
Johnny, there's a great video of you circulating on social media of screaming into the camera, celebrating in the court storm. Just how nice is it to just take a moment and enjoy it, a culmination of so much hard work here at UCF? You
want to enjoy it. I've been part of basketball for like all my life, and you want to be in moments like this. And you want our students to be in moments like this. I mean, how good were they? They stormed the court, and so I was having fun with them. They were having fun with me, and that's what you want. That's what you're in it for. And so I think we all have experiences tonight that they're going to remember for the rest of their life. When they come back to UCF, their 5th, 10th, 20th, alumni reunion, they're going to remember being in this arena and having an experience like this against a storied program.
Johnny, when speaking with you, you always say for the Big 12 and UCF, we belong, we belong. This is a game that no one had you winning outside of yourselves. Do you feel like you made a statement, and do you send a message to the Big 12?
Well, I mean, we realize that, we've played 2 Big 12 games, and we have 16 more to go. And they're all going to be just like this. There are no nights off. Every team is very, very good, and we have to prepare the right way. And if we don't feel we belong, then we're in the wrong conference, And so I want our guys to understand and feed off that energy. And so that's why I started saying, we belong, because I want them to, every day we go out there, understand that, because I'm sure they're hearing all different type of messages, where we're projected and all these things in the conference. And I want to make sure I fight that with the positive energy and positive messages that we should have, because we can compete. And I thought our guys did a great job of showing that we can compete in this evening's game.
You guys had 7 blocks tonight, and 2 of them were out on the three-point line. Was that a point of emphasis, putting the pressure on them?
Definitely. We wanted to, they're a terrific team. I think if you lay back and if you let them get comfortable, and that's not our style. Our identity is to get up in you, to press you, and we're not changing our identity for any teams. Like we were saying before, we prepare the same way for every opponent. And so for us, it was stick to our game plan. We know what our strengths are. Let's continue to do them. We believe in them. They've been effective for us most of this year, and we did that tonight. So, I think for us to turn them over 18 times, I mean, they're a phenomenal offensive team as far as taking care of the basketball, as far as assisting, baskets. And so to turn them over 18 times, when I looked at the stat sheet, I knew we were working really hard to accomplish that. And that's our identity. That's who we have to be.
How did that ejection earlier on in the game affect the game plan for you guys?
It did alter it because, Scylla is an important piece for us on the floor as well. He plays multiple positions. He gives us depth at the center position at 7 feet, but he also plays the 4 for us. So we were, somewhat limited in what we could do with him out for sure. But it was a lesson learned. It's something tomorrow morning when I meet with him and we watch tape, we'll have that discussion about the do's and don'ts, what you can't do at this level. And so that's something that, we got to keep teaching. He's a young player. He's still learning. And he knew it was a mistake. He apologized for it. And then we move on.
You've talked about strength in numbers and your depth. Is this the deepest team that you've had since you've been here? Because it looked like you were the fresher team at the end. Kansas is not as deep so far at this point of the year than you are, and it showed with the defensively, especially getting so many deflections and turnovers.
Well, absolutely. We want to play with great energy and activity, as you mentioned, because our strength is in our numbers. And you look at the teams that we face, using Kansas as an example. They have some terrific players. They're 1 through 5. Every team in the country would take those players. And so what we want to do is, we understand as we go through 6 through 10, we can have advantages on teams because of our depth and our experience with that depth. And so we've kind of played that way all season. That's been part of our identity as well. And I thought tonight, I thought we did kind of wear them down a little coming down the stretch. They weren't as fresh, and that's what we have to be able to do to have a chance to compete, in this conference.
From a defensive standpoint, how important was CJ in a game like this? He could guard anyone on the court, and he got 3 blocks tonight.
CJ was really important. He's still, finding his way, getting his sea legs because he's been out for quite some time, and it just doesn't happen overnight. Then you thrust him into 1 or 2 games, and then you go right to Big 12 play. Good luck. CJ is still not playing, to a level that I know CJ is going to play at as he continues to get these games under his belt. But I thought he was aggressive. I thought he made some big free throws for us, big blocks, change shots. He's a difference maker, and I thought his presence on the floor was important for us as well.
It was mentioned a couple minutes ago that you guys had 7 blocks in the game. You guys are just outside the top 10 in that category coming into the night. So what's been consistently working for you guys, whether it's at the rim or on the perimeter as far as blocking shots?
Just overall activity. We want to play with, like you said, great energy. Our guys are active defensively. We have a lot of guys that are capable of they have good timing. They can time shots or change shots, whether it be on the perimeter or inside. And so that's something that I've learned about our team, over the last few months, that they're capable of making plays, on their man when they're shooting the basketball. And we have to be, we have to kind of continue to grow in that area so we don't foul. But I like their instincts, their ability to block and change shots.
Johnny, last time we spoke, you spoke about building a tradition with the fans here at UCF to pack out the arena whenever there's a home game and have the loudest arena in all of Big 12. Do you feel like they accomplished that? Because there seems there wasn't a moment where the fans weren't sitting down and yelling to the top of their lungs.
No, absolutely. I've seen it like this on several occasions with a few opponents and that we've played over the years. And so I know it has a chance to be special, this environment. We just have to make, this is the, probably entertainment capital of the world, definitely in our country. And so for us, it's important that we can be one of those attractions too, with our students, with our, local, support in our community. We want to be one of those attractions. And the only way you can become one of those is to have success and to be in moments like this and games like this, but also to win games like this so that they can see what's possible. And I think they will come out, and the more they come out, the more our players will represent this community in a great way.
Johnny, I know you said earlier this week, and you said it again tonight, that this team doesn't falter in their belief that they belong here. But for a student athlete to see it happen, to actually make it happen, what does that do for their psyche, their mentality as they move forward? No,
I understand. I think it just gives them amazing confidence now because, like you mentioned, a great point. We can say that, but until you get some wins or a win under your belt, it's still that uncertainty there. But now I think it kind of puts a stamp that, no, we know we can win. We know we belong. Then we have to go out every night like tonight because every one of the next 16 games are going to be the exact same. And so we need to prepare that way.
What do you and your staff have to do now? You had the build-up to that first game and the letdown of losing. Then you have this moment, and it doesn't get easier. You've got a big opponent.
Exactly.
How do you manage that as a coaching staff?
We have to keep our guys level. My conversation with our players, we'll enjoy it to midnight. After that, it's over. It's next play. Because we know we have BYU coming. They're a very good basketball team, had a great preseason. top 25 team, top 20 team in the nation, and that's how it's going to be every night. So if we dwell on a game that's in the past, whether the game we lost to Kansas State or this game that we won versus Kansas, we can't live in either one of those moments. We have got to move forward, and we have to understand, stay grounded, and, tune out all the noise. I know as a staff we can do that, but we need these young people to tune out the noise and concentrate on the next opponent that we have, and it's going to be another really good team.
Did you see them do that after the Kansas State loss, that they switched that gear and focused?
Well, we definitely focused when we got back and we practiced that next day. So we got focused real quick from what we wanted to do. We had to flight back, and then that next day we got in the gym and we got together and tried to work out some things and make some adjustments to what we need to do to be successful. And I thought the adjustments, have been good for our guys.
You were saying earlier that, you've been coaching for so many years at this point. Would you say that tonight has been the biggest win of your career?
I think it's probably the biggest win of my career here. Biggest win of my career here, based on the opponent we're playing a Blue Blood program, Hall of Fame coach, and they do a terrific job. I follow basketball, college basketball, of course. I love it, so I live it. And I've watched that program, and I've watched Coach Self. He's done a phenomenal job. Deserving to be a Hall of Fame coach. Championship, won several championships, national championships. So to compete in a game like that and then to win it, I think it just really helps our overall growth of a program like ours as we move forward.
Last question will be Chris right here in the back.
Johnny, you mentioned the zone earlier. You guys played tonight, though. The zone, the straight zone, the matchup zone, man-to-man, full court, and there was a lot of confusion thrown at them tonight. Did you see that?
Well, we were trying to, just, mix up what we do a little. But that's our style of play. If you've seen us play, we, that's what we do. That's our identity. The only thing that was different was the zone and match up out of it at times. That was new, but everything else was our normal system. And when we find something that we feel, is working for us, then we kind of go with that, and that's what we did tonight.
Good. Yeah. We've talked about your newcomers. You have a lot of them on this roster, but Darius Johnson was the one that finished the game out with the 2 free throws, hit a big 3. So what was it like? What did it mean to you to see a guy who's stuck around the program and been here to go out and finish and win like this?
I'm just really proud of Darius. We've gone through this journey together over the last 2, now 3 years. And I'm just really happy for him because there's no player on our team that works any harder than he does and is any bigger believer in what we do than he is. He should. He's my godson. So, so for him, I'm just really, really happy because, for him to have this type of moment, to make the big plays that he made down the stretch, and his best basketball still ahead of him as he, moves forward. And as we move forward, game by game in this conference, because he's capable of playing at this level, and I think he showed it tonight.
Perfect. Good stuff. Thanks so much, Coach.
All right, guys. Exactly, right? Exactly. He's Tracy. You're right.